Palace. Racers are going to have to piece together and find out how to get all 7 crystals.
And we are off, and we see triple bombs in that Link's house, and we had the blue cane in Sanctuary.
So Goomba's starting up on Sanctuary, and looks like the rest of our 3 racers are going to go up and check out Escape. And that was a very quick map check there.
Yeah, I have no sense to see it actually. I'm gonna have to wait for another one to actually see what happened.
I think I saw a crystal over at Eastern, possibly one at Desert as well. And lots of arrows so far today, both from the Treeple and from the Uncle chest. Uncle himself giving out just some rupees, and the Bush Crab is dropping 5s on it.
Yeah. Too bad is not the bombs from those ones. They're also really nice for early game. And we see Ether on Lumberjack.
So out of the things that you want to see on Lumberjack, the most thing you want to see up there is like rupees, arrows, bombs, stuff that you know you're not going to need. Secondly, you see things like you know you're going to need. So you're like, okay, I know that I'm going to need that fire rod. I know I'm going to need that red cane, so I have to do Aga. You don't want to see something like ether or mushroom that you may or may not need.
Yeah, absolutely. Considering we need one or 2 of those medallions, that ether is gonna lay on your mind for a long time until you can actually see if those dungeons are needed. They might even be pendant, so we may not know if we actually need that one. But we do find that moon pearl in the drop down in the woods.
And it looks like it was 3 crystals in the light world. 2 blue crystals on Eastern and Desert, and the red crystal, one of our 5-6 crystals at Tower of Hera. Those 5-6 crystals, those are required to get the bomb hut to sell the big bomb to get into the Pyramid Fairy, where there are 2 items.
Yeah, absolutely. And one thing that happens when it is those 3 crystals in the light world is that it brings up the possibility that we might not have to see Mizunmire, Turtle Rock, and Ice Palace, which is considered the worst of the 3 palaces in general. But we have arrived in Kakariko. There are a lot of checks here. We usually see runners decide to head over here and find the power glove in the blind sut and the first bottle in the well.
It's a great place to find a bottle. They can check the bottle kit, and there is the mirror as well. Gives them access to warp out of dungeons and to warp from the dark world to the light world, but not vice versa.
Yeah, getting the mirror very early means that you can do some very, very cool routing once you get the dark world access. One of my favorites is basically you haven't had to done the back of Escape yet, and you can then shine that one together with the, for example, Graveyard Ledge, or if you have the boost, you can shine it together with the King's Tube. So yeah, there's a lot of cool routes you can get with the mirror.
Yeah, it really works out great for places like K45, which is south of Grove in the light world. That is a little bit out of the way if you are just going just to there, but if you can route that in with a couple other checks, it's super quick. The mirror helps that a lot.
Yeah, absolutely. And we do also see that they have a lot of rupees. So one thing that was added here in the randomizer was that the money cap was raised from 919. It's raised 9,199, just to make sure so that you will have the rupees for the bottles you might need, and as well as Sora and all of that other stuff. But we have fine silvers in Chicken Coop.
They are starting out our racers with a couple of optional items, really. Silver's technically optional. You don't need them to kill Ganon, but they're super nice to have. You don't ever need to really actually get a bottle. You don't need a shield.
No, absolutely not. Because we find the blue cane, we don't need the shield for what the big shield is actually meant to be. It's meant for laser bridge, but we can use the cane there to just ignore the damage here. But we have also found the Quake in the tavern.
Oh, and I did not get a chance to see what was in that library.
I
racers
saw
were
some
going
numbers.
fast.
Yeah, I saw some numbers at least. And it looks like race game will not have anything for us today either. Okay, it was 10 arrows. So you're gonna see Weighty Wars now heading over to the back of Escape. There are a total of 3 sets here, and if the items down here consist of a small key and a lamp, Weighty Wars might decide to just dip into the back or to the dark rooms down here below and get that chest in the middle of the escape sequence. We do find a Book of Medora down there, which can open up a few things as well.
Appropriate finding a holy book here on Easter Sunday, flanked by 2 rupees. And Weighty Worlds is going to make their way south into the dam area.
Yeah, so this is usually what we call South Shore. It's also like the standard when it's about what have basically become the meta. With the second Kakuiko headed down to the dam here, going off the right side, then later to those 2 caves over there, because you get a lot of items real quick if you do that route. And we also see a glitch here that Weighty Worlds and Goomba is using with that is exclusive to the Japanese 1.0 with if you spam the mirror when you push the block, the action overwrites and the block basically disappears.
Don't do that in a dungeon.
Yeah, that was what I was gonna say. We do see a little diversion with Goomba running off to the desert to check a Gina cave and maybe a desert ledge.
Yeah, I like that play, having the book early. Our racers still don't really have great weapons. No real offensive capabilities. Can't even use the cane because they got so little mana, but that gold bee in a bottle makes quick work of Moldorm Cave.
Also getting that big magic canister also helped out a lot. And a lot of love inside Mini Moldorm Cave and the ice rod. That is not one of the items we want to see necessarily.
No, if you see an ice rod, there's only one thing in the game that requires an ice rod, and you don't want to go there if you don't have to.
Yeah, absolutely. You have to see if that palace is required. If it's not, then congratulations, you get the item you will never use. We are gonna see Weighty Worlds continue with the route of South Shore over to Ice Rod Cave. Now it has to be careful here because these enemies here are the most damaging enemy at early game because they do 2 hearts of damage when you have Green Mage.
I would not be shocked to see Weighty Worlds head back out and fake Flipper at this point, and probably even farm some rupees here under this rock outside of Ice Rod Palace or Ice Rod Cave.
Yeah, absolutely. But it's not gonna do that. It's gonna hope that there is enough money on Hobo and on inside the Waterfall Cave.
So we got another relatively easy to pull off glitch here. This is also something that you can do. If you jump into the water without flippers and you are 1 pixel away, you screen transition before the frame happens where Link starts drowning, then you actually have access to go ahead and start swimming. However, if you get hit, it is instant death in the randomizer.
Yes, in the normal game it would be a soft lock, but that was one thing that was fixed because that made this sex a little bit less tedious. Yeah, we see a heart container, so it will not be anything over there. At the same time, we see Great White Hope heading over to the eastern area. And He's Just a Boy is gonna check what's on the desert ledge.
I'm shocked Goomba didn't actually go ahead and check desert as well.
Well, he didn't have the book at that point.
Oh, okay.
But we do see the first sword actually on desert ledge.
And Great White Hope is going to Sahasha Banks' house. We're going to see what's in the back there.
Oh, we get some blue mail. That gives him a bit more defenses so he doesn't take as much damage. Getting that one early is quite nice to run.
And 2 pieces of heart in Waterfall Fairy. Waiting Words is going... No, Waiting Words, where are you going, buddy? You can't do Zora. You can just check that ledge.
Yeah, when he's up here, why not?
Ooh.
And there's Bombos! Okay. That is interesting. We already had information about all 3 medallions. That's interesting. It looks like part of Desert was not bootlocked when looking at He's Just a Boy screen.
That's our 3rd bottle we found.
Yeah, we have a lot of defensive early. So Great White Hope now heading through Eastern while He's Just a Boy is continue trekking along inside of Desert.
And Goomba is going to do the castle escape sequence.
Ooh, that's fun.
So we've got racers in 3 different areas of the world right now. Apologies if we missed something here.
That's why we were 2 here. And the map on inside of Desert, so it's not bootlocked today, so that's nice. And I just love seeing bomb threats as well in the escape sequence here, because if you dare to do them, they look so fancy.
Oh, and there's the hammer in the Desert Palace big chest. That is huge for He's Just a Boy.
So that basically has just given him Dark World access. So in a normal game, the only way to get to Dark World is by defeating the Agina, Agahim up in the Higher Culture Tower. However, because of Randomizer, there is one other way to get into Dark World, and that is getting a certain assortment of items. Either you get Moon Pearl, one glove, and the hammer, or you get Moon Pearl and both of the gloves. And there's so much over in the Dark World that they can check with this assembly of items. So we'll not be surprised if He's Just a Boy is gonna head over there quite soon.
And we just saw flippers as well from Great White Hope.
Wow, alright.
A hint that says something was firelocked in here. I did not get a chance to see that.
Me neither, but we're gonna see it from Way Towards Science in just a minute.
And 20 rupees in Zelda's chest there, and then we are on to Hype Cave. Get your guesses in, folks.
Is it gonna be anything good here today? Is it gonna be hype or is it gonna be stealth? That did not speak really out to me. And we learned that it was a big key that was firelocked in Hera.
That is gross.
Yeah, and we have the map check here. We see the pendants are in Town, Pod, and Ice Palace. So we have to do at least 2 of the irritating palaces. And as well, the last fire sequence was Owen Swamp.
Yeah, that is Green Pendant in Thieves Town. And Green Pendant, normally Sahasrahla gives you the boots after you bring in the Green Pendant from Eastern in the normal game. The Green Pendant, depending on what dungeon it's from, you can take it to Sahasrahla and he will give you an item. And we are checking Bombo's tablet here by He's Just a Boy.
Yeah, he can't get the item there because he only has half fighter sword. You need at least master or higher to get it, but if you have the book, you can read basically what's there. And today it's just some couch cash, which basically means 20 rupees. We're gonna see just the boy continue with what is kind of been like the standard route when it comes to when we're entering through here into Darkwood here by Link's house by going over to Stumpy, and because of the mirror he can say K45, and then he's gonna head up to Digging Game. And we see way towards now going through the escape sequence as well. Goomba has made his way over to Eastern, and Great White Wiggy, I saw he was over to get some bombs from Kakariko.
Yeah, he was going up to go do the escape sequence, but realized he did not have bombs to do so.
Ooh. And he does not have any magic either, so you cannot use Blue Cane or the Ice Rod to deal with stuff down there.
And now we got the digging game on He's Just a Boy's side. Anywhere from 1 to 30 digs. It will be the same for each racer.
And if you saw, so you can paint something here. I've seen some people decide to take this time to just paint stuff. But yeah, just some triple bombs from the digging today. So now we're gonna see He's Just a Boy making his way upwards to the other warp which can take him into the Dark World now, and that is one by Skullwoods and the Wheels of Outcast. At the same time, it looks like Great White Hope is gonna make his way over to Sora.
He's Just a Boy is going to go ahead and give us a pedestal check.
Okay, get your remotes ready in the chat. It is a good choice to do that when you get the book. And this is a heart container, so nothing on the pedestal today. Yeah, unfortunately, chat, it will not be a Pedsy today. I know you guys love that. Me too, but I think you guys love it more.
Hey, we still might possibly have an Agassi, depending on what Meyer and the mushroom from Zora, huh?
That is an interesting one there. Alright then. So, mushroom is in one group of items which we call for Fest Quest items. Basically, they only unlock one or two things, and they are often at a bit off locations, basically. So you don't want to have to do them. And we are seeing He's Just a Boy making his way into Skull Woods.
Now, neither of our other racers have made their way down the desert yet, while He's Just a Boy gets a second sword upgrade.
Ooh, that's nice. And we see Way Towards turning into mushroom. And also gives him 50 rupees today. And he's gonna do the hard reset as well, so that he gets back to mushroom. The reason why he's doing that is because there is another glitch so in the game, which is called fake powder. If you have the hammer, or you can make yourself over to the place in Darkwell, use a mirror to get down into the Batcave. You can just abuse and make so that the game thinks you're using powder when you're actually using the mushroom. Gonna talk a little bit more about it later if we see it. But they do need a red cane before we will see that.
I think Waiting Words is about the last location in this. Yeah, the desert was the absolute play. Getting that book early pointed towards it. And there's the fire rod in the back or in the front of Skull Woods. He's Just a Boy can go ahead and finish this dungeon at this point.
So, there is a few words we're using when we are finding this kind of stuff. The ones I'm thinking about is called vanilla and French vanilla. So vanilla is basically the word we use for when an item is at a location where you find it in the original game. As for example, the fire of in this one would have been in the big key chest. However, because it was not in that chest, but it was was in the same palace, we call it French vanilla.
And He's Just a Boy is getting out of there. Gonna go check Bumper Cave, it looks like. I don't know if he...
I can kind of understand why he decides to wait with it for later, because of it is quite hard having to do Muffler with only 6 hearts in green mail. But it looks like it's gonna do Graveyard Ledge now, which is one of the locations which just can get ignored for the longest time in the Fluid Seeds. And there is the Bugnet. Oh, come on now, why don't you pick that one up?
See you later, Bugnet. You ever seen anybody say goodbye to a Bugnet? He's Just a Boy just did.
Yeah. Yeah, we basically have renamed that one to Swagnet. But yeah, I do like just picking up the Bugnet because they have a lot of bottles and they can stack up on fairies because of it.
And Witty Words is about to get his hammer right after this room.
The reason why they go to this where the Sarsala's talking stones basically in the main game is because we are right now on version 30 of the randomizer, and in this version it was added so that they give you a hint about where stuff can be. Or if it's green text, they basically just tell you a joke or a quote from another game.
Yeah, you get the feeling... Oh, go ahead.
I was just gonna say that He's Just a Boy is right now progressing through Will for Outcast. We're gonna have to see if he enters Thieves Town and just seeks the first chest in there.
I feel like it's Schrodinger's Thieves Town. I mean, whenever you don't check it, there's always something great in there. Whenever you do check it, it is nothing in there. I mean, it's 4 items. It's a lot of items. And it is the green pendant this time. If it was blue or red, I would probably only check the first 4. But if it's green pendant, I might as well. And he's already got the hammer.
Yeah, basically, whenever one of the palaces has green pendant, you can kind of count that it is the normal items you can find in there +1. So for this case, Thief Town can be considered being 5 items, where in normal it would be 4. And And they are gonna have to make the way over to Eastern at some point as well to finish that one off. So just getting Wind Pendant can lead to just good things, basically. And that this also an item that he says the boy doesn't want to find. That is the small key. Because he has the hammer this time around, it isn't that big of a deal. But that says where you normally find the Titansmith, there are only two options really for it. And that is because of the small key can technically be locked behind that door. So if that's the case, you don't have to check that. Which is just a cool little thing added in the randomizer. But yeah, he's just a boy. He's gonna basically, it looks like full clear this because he has the Master Sword. It will be quite an easy fight. And there is also a hint in here which can. So if he doesn't get any items, the hint might be good and point him to somewhere. But we do know that he probably want to be able to go to Eastern eventually and get his flippers. And the hint was nothing today.
While they were playing Super Metroid today.
Yep.
Oh, and Great White Hope saved and quit out of desert. Looks like he got his sword first.
Yeah, he did. He got that first before he did anything in there, basically.
I was worried there for a second that he was skipping that sword, but I can tell you that none of our other three racers, Goomba in green, Weddy in red, and Great White in yellow, are happy that with that desert play. They last location to that, and that's always feels bad, man.
Yeah, absolutely. I can kind of see it from Goomba though, because he was over there earlier and Sekta. So I can kind of see why he didn't want to head back there. But for the others, it's gonna feel a little bit bad as well. And we're gonna see way towards also going up and secking what's on the pedestal.
All right, so that is our fourth item in Thieves Town. He's just a boy is going to skip the big chest here because he knows it's either the map or the compass. He's just to go right ahead and fight blind.
Yeah.
I don't think he's been on his way over into the eastern area at all. So I feel like I feel good about this.
Yep.
I like the routing behind it.
Yes. There's one special thing that is put here for blind. If you do the fight perfectly, then it's kind of cool that he's on a script. However, we have seen that Easiest Boy has not been able to keep up with that, and he's gonna have to activate the blue cane here just to stay alive.
I mean, he's going to get full mana back. He's going to get full hearts back.
But yeah, Goomba is gonna be our. Not Goomba, but Easiest Boy is gonna be our first runner to finish off one of the palaces.
And Goomba is doing Swamp Palace.
I quite like that one because there are a total of 6 items in here. A few ones are gonna be back, of course, but heading over here early, we've ever seen a lot of times where hookshot is actually in here, which is not what you want, but it happens quite often, to be sad. If not, he might find a really good item in here that can point him to somewhere. For example, just imagine if he would find the lamp. That would put him up to Death Mountain, where there are a lot of different items.
lamp, flute. Flute would be big for him. Boots.
Yeah, those are kind of the items we are currently looking for. That and hookshot, because hookshot also unlocks some stuff.
Yeah, I bet 2 of our racers, the 2 that checked Lumberjack Ledge, hope they never find those boots.
Yeah. Which is kind of a weird thing to think about, because if you're thinking like, I want to go fast, I want to finish this as quick as possible, so I want the boots. But if you get the boots, that might mean that this can be an egg acid at the same time. Which is one thing you don't want. We are gonna say way to woods, heading into to the back of Skull Woods and finish that one off, while he's just a boy. He's gonna gonna take himself over to the pod area. Gonna turn in that green pendant first, and then probably gonna just go in and both Eastern and pod to see what it has for him.
Needs to be careful. He's still got green mail, and pretty much everything in the Dark World's going to do like at least a full heart to him at this point.
Yeah. Yeah, hey, we see one of the times where we see mirror routing be really cool, because he's not been over here yet. He can just do this while he's here. He can even then later use mirror in front of pod so that he can take Eastern and pod at the same time.
Yeah, that's a really smart play. We saw that it was just 10 arrows from the green pendant. That was the worst thief's down I think I've ever seen.
Yeah, absolutely.
And Weighty Words gets our first crystal at 3155 from Mothula in Skull Woods.
Mothula also been known as a casual slayer. But we are seeing that Goomba is almost done with the swamp, and so far has not found anything in there.
He's just a boy, however, just found the tempered sword in the front of pod.
Oh. Alright. Oh, we might get a bottle glitch here from him as well. We have to see. He might be just going down here to check the hint. No, he's not. So, let's explain this then. So, basically, down here we have a hallway which connects two different rooms. If you would set the camera, which you can do here with, for example, using a bottle. Well, you can make the camera so you can just upset them, set so that you can move the enemies off screen. If the enemies are off screen, they are considered dead and the door will open.
Yeah, for some reason it requires using a bottle in that previous room. And that red mimic normally takes an arrow to kill. But basically the game just thinks it's dead because it's not on the screen. That's what actually triggers the door to open.
Yeah, there's also one thing here with the thing is lost here. It's called sequence break, and that means that he's not be able to be back here. So if he finds anything good in here, sure, that can lead to something good, but you can actually be trapped. You have to remember which items you get sequence break, because yeah, it can be tough then otherwise. We saw that the entire palace was basically bow locked, so if you get anything here, you have to remember, where can that bow have been done?
Yeah, technically, the bow has to be somewhere that is not locked behind any chest in pod at this point. Aside from that sword, if that was happened to be the first sword. The only way to get into the backside of pod, or even the middle side of pod, was to go through that bow-locked mimic room.
Yeah, absolutely. And there we have a vanilla big key.
So he's just a boy who's going to be able to do almost everything in here aside from kill Helmasaur. We know he's not going to find the bow in the back 4 chests. No, 7? 6 chests. 6 more chests to open back here after this. And there are 5 items total in pod. So a lot of items here, but again, you gotta be careful about that sequence break.
Yeah. So looking at generally what our runners is right now and thinking about what they can do with the items that they should have at this point, I'm thinking pyramid or catfish right now for the progression.
Yeah, that makes sense. I mean, Gold has been checked, Thieves Town has been checked. Those are really the only 2 places that they can logically get to that has not been checked.
I've even been in swamp as well for a few checks in there, and there have not been anything there.
I mean, we have Lady going ahead and doing all of Thieves Town as well, and we'll see if Goomba happens to do it as well. But so far, Pod is also coming up non-Millhouse here. We've got 3 more chests, but we've only found a sword upgrade.
Which in itself is good, but you want something more if you're gonna sequence break. You want like just guns blazing, finding a lot of stuff.
So you'll notice that this room is completely dark aside from the glowies on Link's sword and then the fire from the little Dodongo looking dudes. You have to have the lamp to really go through this room if you do it logically. However, we don't know where the lamp is right now. He's just a boy, knows enough about this game, or they have a map open where they can see how this maze checks out.
That was an item that was given there because nothing showed up above his head there, but it looks like it might have just been a piece of heart or a little piece of heart, really, because I saw nothing new in his inventory. And the blue boomerang as well, so yeah, nothing here really.
So at this point, it is basically just waiting to see which of our racers is going to be the first to check Pyramid Ledge and Catfish.
I'm gonna imagine, then, I want to see right now, just boy do one thing. And that is that after he's gone flippers and stuff in here, he decides to not save and quit, just mirror out, go back through the maze stuff, go up the pyramid and then go up the catfish, because up there he can mirror and do the Sora 6. And the flippers were here in the Eastern.
And I believe we did see what was on the lake island.
Yeah, but I don't think it was anything there today.
Yeah, I don't think there was anything there. And Great White looks like to be doing the back or the front of escape play as well. Could also probably go check that Dark Cross room, but
That one is will also be a sequence break. Did we actually see the map when Goomba was checking this place out? But it is true that one person inside is pointing out he's just a boy has fake flipped before, so he knows there is bombos on the Sora ledge, but he doesn't know what we get from King Sora. He did not have the carved rupees for that at that point. So he's still thinking there might be 2 items up there for me.
Oh, are we going to see Weighty Words do that? Going over to Catfish. Will it happen? Nope.
He have gone right there. He could have swim over to basically where the witches would have been if they were in the dark world, but no. He's gonna go back, check Bumpy Ledge. If he didn't check Aga, he might also, Lumberjack, he might decide to do that as well. Oh, we're gonna get another sequence break, as it looks like.
I am a little bit shocked that it did take 41 minutes for us to do this, but Whitey is doing the old man dark rooms. Going to get up to Death Mountain. He's going to be able to check a decent amount out up there.
Yeah, let's look at what he has. He can get the item here from the old man from rescuing him from the dark. He can get both of the items in Spectacle Rock. He can finish off Hera. He can use the hammer to get to the east side where we have Paradox Cave. It has 7 chests, and we also have spirals. So there's a lot of stuff up here.
So we'll see just how far out of sequence that is here in just a moment. He's checking Pyramid Ledge. If this is Lamp, this isn't very far out of sequence. If it is not Lamp, if this is, say, Hookshot, then it's pretty far out of sequence at this point.
Yeah. So you're gonna get blind check here on inside Spectacle Rock. There's a hint in here, which is probably why he jumped down and wanted to read that one.
And we got the Mad Titan's mitts here from the Pyramid Ledge. That is not good. And the boots are in GT. We do not need Ether today, everybody.
That is a very, very good hint. But yeah, the Titus Mist basically unlocks 2 more checks. Or 3, technically. Both of those ones are already in Village of Outcast.
See you later, Aghanim. We never have to do that again.
Yeah.
Ever seen anybody say goodbye to Aghanim?
No, not the chat. They want to say hi, Aghanim.
So Catfish not really having anything, but he's just boy does need to check that get that bombos off the ledge. That is much more valuable now that we know that Ether is not going to be required.
And we see that Ether Tablet does not have anything for us today either. So time to head into Hera. And we do know where the big key in here is. So we have to do the basement.
Oh, and there's the bow in Hera.
Oh, alright. So right now, looking at what he just boy got from doing Pyramid and the Catfish, he's gonna have to start to do the Smith chain because there's not otherwise a lot he can do. But we do know that you have to get up to Hera at some point to get that one. And of course, you can also do Ice Palace, but no one wants to do Ice Palace when it is a blue or red pendant.
So Witty Words just did a very quick time skip there. So that room, the door doesn't open when the last tile crashes into the wall. It opens when that last tile is defeated. So he shot that fire rod as soon as the last tile was able to be shot, and saved probably right around a second and a half on there. That may not sound like a lot, but there have been races that have been decided by less than that. Those are technically ties, but still.
Yeah, how we are basically counting is when it comes to this is if you're within 3 seconds of each other, it is considered a tie. But it also happens from time to time where they have the same second count.
And that's the other item out of Skull or Tower of Hera. So no need to check that big chest.
And it does look like Goomba is also gonna make his way up the mountain. And he's gonna be shortly followed by He's Just a Boy. The fact though that he does have Tidesmith, it unlocks 2 more items from him up here, which is in a cave called Super Bunny. Oh, we see a drop as you see White Wars also been knocked down by Moldorm. 1-0 to Trolldorm. So because he has Master Sword, if you're gonna use Master Sword against him, you have a way you can skip the enraged phase, and that is if you do 3 spins. Otherwise, you could choose if you want to use the hammer, then you only need 3 hits as well, but the hitbox might be a little bit harder to hit with. But there we have an excellent fight from Wade Words. Then he's gonna pick up his second crystal.
You know, I've played a lot of the Souls games, Bloodborne, Battletoads. I like difficult games. I don't think any boss in any game has ever given me as much like just strip anxiety as Bloodborne has. And then in the next Zelda after this, they make him the first boss.
Yeah. And nothing on the floating island today as well. And look at this nearly sink here from Goomba and He's Just a Boy. So basically 2 seconds between them.
He's Just a Boy skipping the smith chain and hammer pegs. That's 3 items.
And look at that sink!
He is hoping that is the lamp. The danger comes if that is the flute or the hook shot, which leads to the lamp.
Yeah. Yeah, for example, if it's a hook shot, then you want to do swamp now to get the progression in there. Or he can go ahead and choose Ice Palace as well. But yeah, as I said earlier, you don't want to have to do it.
Whitey Words makes the mistake that I make every time that I race in going in the wrong hole up here at Paradox Cave. But there is the hook shot in the top of Paradox Cave. He's going to climb those stairs to go to the bottom.
Yeah. A lot more rupees in as well in Paradox.
Oh, there's a flute!
Okay, that tells us that the lamp is required to get up here. So that one is then either in Ice Palace or from the Smith chain at this point.
Man, that leaves the red cane to be go mode for weighty word.
Yeah.
Well, he needs the Titan's Mitts as well, but he's going to go back and do Spike Cave, it looks like.
Yeah, absolutely. Why not? You're already here.
You're here, you got a full mana bar, magic bar, you got the blue cane.
He even got the hook shot to progress fast in here as well. The Great White Hope finishing off blind as well, as Goomba and his Just a Boy is finishing off Safe Town. It'll be interesting to see where Weighty Worlds goes next.
I mean, he's going to go activate that flute is where he's going.
Yeah. But right now, the question comes here for Whitey Worlds. How long is it going to take before it's extra pyramid? Because right now, you could say that he has the lead with the fact that he has the hookshot and the flute, and he's one item away from go mode, but he's just a boy, he's gonna pick up that suit as well. And he can take even more chest up here. He can also get information what is needed to enter Turtle Rock. And he's in fact gonna do that right away.
Yeah, you got the mirror. Why not? Oh, is Weighty going to go ahead? He's going to go into Swamp is where he's going right now. Well, looks
Yeah.
like it was Bomb Boost required for T-Rock. Short
So,
for Turtle Rock.
yeah, so good thing that he's just a boy decided to head up there and get that. But we are gonna see Great White Hope also picking up Titan Smith in just a moment.
Goomba is going to go back and finish off Swamp Palace.
Understandable. He was in here before. You only need to get to the back to finish that one off. I can see it.
Yeah, but unfortunately, he does need to go ahead and flood the dam again to get back in. That is something that was one of the concessions made in the randomizer. You don't want to lock yourself out, so they made it to where the dam unfloods when you leave the screen.
Did He's Just a Boy go into Turtle Rock to check the hint?
I don't believe he did.
Okay. Okay, some new checks for Goomba. But just imagine if the lamp would be on Smith and we will never see that one. We are then in for some really hard dark rooms later on.
Yeah, thankfully we are not doing Aga Dark Rooms, which are probably the hardest in the game. Total Rock's got a maze-style Dark Room that looks like it should be the hardest in the game, but is actually relatively simple once you actually try it. Oh, and there's the red cane in Super Bunny Cave. Everybody, we are in no mode. We know where all the items are required to beat the game, aside from Lamp. So Lamp has to be in that Smith Chain or Ice Palace. But as soon as He's Just a Boy No, He's Just a Boy's in go mode.
Yeah, basically, when it's not the lamp, I basically call it tournament go mode, because at that point you're always assuming that the players are skilled enough to be able to just do the dark rooms. But yeah, so far nothing really inside of the swamp.
I mean, you're already up here. Let's go ahead and do T-Rock.
Yeah, why not? I know there are a bunch of players who just wants to do this one last, so that you can just enter the GT directly after. But yeah, why not do it now? And they will see why you get the silvers at before the very last boss of the game. I do also have to consider one thing when it comes to He's Just a Boy. Remember, the only good thing in Pod was Tempered. We might never see any of our runners head over there, so he's gonna have a little bit easier fight against Ganon later. The reason why, we're gonna tell you soon. But we are seeing that Great White Hope is doing the Smith Chain, so we'll see if that is the lamp, or if lamp is inside of Ice Palace. There's the one thing with Ice Palace in this seed. Depending on the key logic, it could be that they expect you to double dip that one. if the Kingdom's Mind was further in there.
I mean, I've seen stuff like Fire Rod show up on Laser Bridge, which is extra gross. That was my nickname in high school, coincidentally.
Laser Bridge?
Nah, extra gross.
Extra gross. That's a pretty cool diss track if I have ever heard one.
He's Just a Boy did find half magic in TR. That's great to find, especially going into the Trinex fight.
Yeah, half magic, nice quality of life item. Not required, but a nice quality of life. And we're gonna see the big red bomb from Goomba. He's Just a Boy really loves that bottom. Yeah, Goomba is now gonna pick up his Titans.
Wady's going to see those and not be happy with that location.
Yeah, he was essentially the one who was first up on Death Mountain. So yeah, he basically have lost his lead because he did not head up there.
The thing is, Wady's finished 3 dungeons already. So is Goomba. He's Just a Boy still only has the 1 crystal.
Yeah. However, here compared to the others, we just be able to go mode the swamp and Skullwoods. You can just finish those ones off lickety split. And it looks like the Great White Hope is... No, I thought it was gonna go to Ice Palace, but apparently not. Yeah, he doesn't have the fire rod yet.
He's got bombos.
Yeah, but that is not what you want to use in there. That takes quite a lot of time if you have to use that. And here we see the maze that you talked about earlier. So the block can only move a certain directions here. So you have to navigate through it. Oh, he's so... Picking up some hearts there. This was definitely a nice one indeed.
Big heads-up play there, but he's just a boy. Oh, that's why they call him the playmaker of Zelda Randomizer.
Yeah. Well, I am like the curse and bane of all evil. He's a really nice playmaker and has a lot of heads-up play.
Now, we get our first look at the Misery Mire area. They really want to get more real... Oh, go ahead.
That is quite a good idea. Because, so yeah, there can be something over here. Because you have the mirror, there is a lot of stuff over here because of that.
Yeah, if they really want to bring in like more real estate to that area, they really need to change the name. I mean, Misery Mire, the Swamp of Sadness, like why not something like Sudden Valley?
That sounds like a good name.
Oh no, it makes me think of earthquakes.
I can see that. That was what we should be calling Dark Death Mountain for, sudden earthquakes. But yeah, Trinex easily defeated by He's Just a Boy.
He gets a single rupee out of it.
Congratulations, you found the Trinex treasure. It's just a rupee. How about we do some trivia? I do kind of like doing those whenever I'm here on the daily race.
Yeah, let's roll.
Yeah, so you know when you hit the doors and you get that kind of grass cutting sound?
Yeah.
There is actually a thought about that one. So, do you see these cracks in the wall where you can bomb?
Right.
In the first draft of the game, the past was more like Zelda 1 with that there was no cracks in the wall, and the way to find out where you can bomb the walls, you have to slash your sword against it, and then that grass sound would appear, telling you that that is a wall you can bomb.
Yeah, I think they ended up doing something similar in Link's Awakening, where if you dinged your sword against the wall like you were holding it out and walking into it, it was kind of like a hollow noise if you could bomb it.
And yeah, that was the only way to find out if a wall was bombable. Which didn't make it through the early draft because it was just too hard to find the walls.
So we've seen Weighty Wars take out Landmo. That is their 4th crystal. And they are making their way back up to Death Mountain to go check out probably Turtle Rock.
Yeah. And while I was talking there, we also saw that Goomba finished off almost, and that gave him that actually gave him his powder, so he could route in the Bat Cave as well later.
And
But he do know one thing. He does know that he should not have the bow at this point because he did not have access to the Death Mountain. So he knows that the Batcave might not have anything for him.
We know this play is not going to work out from Goomba. Misery Mire requires the red cane. And red cane is, as you'll see here on Wayward screen, is in Super Bunny Cave.
Yeah, that put Wade Wars into tournament go mode as well. Or maybe we call it dark go mode.
Go mode, Nights.
Go mode, night edition.
It's like a sexy version of Go mode.
Yeah, the execution could be considered that when you can navigate through those dark rooms. But yeah, yet another crystal for his Jester Boy. He only has 4 left. He's knocking them out now, left and right.
Yeah, he's got some pretty quick ones. Between Swamp Palace, just heading back there, Desert Palace, which he's going to be able to mirror over directly from Mire. Mire and EP.
Yeah. And EP he's already been in, so he just needs to run over to the boss basically there. So that one is going to be super quick as well.
So we saw Goomba go ahead and mirror out.
I
Oh
hate
no!
when that happens. Thankfully, we was not locked there, which can happen. Right now, it is a battle between He's Just a Boy and Weighty Words.
Now, I did not check to see if Weighty Words went to the Dark World and mirrored over into Eastern Palace. I don't think he did, which looks like he's going to be skipping Pod entirely, which is we know it's this right and smart play, but there is that sword upgrade in there, which there could be one somewhere else down the road. GT likely to have a sword upgrade.
Yeah.
And it's Landmo time for He's Just a Boy.
Ooh, that was so close on not able to get that serial cycle.
One neat design element that I really like about Link to the Past is that in the Light World, all your bosses are just big versions of enemies that you fought in Link to the Past, or the first Zelda game. It's not until you get to the Dark World that you start fighting new bosses, creatures that you haven't seen before. The Armos Knights, Lamola, and Moldorm were all in Zelda 1 as just like regular enemies, and they just supersized them for the bosses of the Light World. And then you get to things like Helma and Argus and all the eyeballs.
Yeah. Actually, looking now at the crystals, we might see White Walls being the first one to enter the GT.
Yeah, waiting made up a lot of time.
But we are now gonna see Goomba picking up that red cane as well. So he's now gonna join the race as well. He's a little bit far behind the others, but Goomba is a very talented runner. He's gonna be able to just finish off these bosses very, very quickly. So I think Goomba has only been in here, so he already has the big key, so you can just finish this one off lickety split as well, and then mirror over to Desert, and then basically fly up to Turtle Rock and finish that one off.
Yeah, this is actually became very, very close between Goomba, He's Just a Boy, and Weighty Words.
Yeah. What is Wait was thinking about? He's thinking, wait, I don't have any fire source. Why can those be?
Yeah, Great White has made the sequence break play up to Death Mountain, but does not have the fire source to complete Hera.
No. And there we go, big key for He's Just a Boy. At the same time, Goomba was heading down to the basement. And this is the second of the hard dark rooms.
This dark room specifically, because there is a pod that has a pressure switch underneath it that you had to put a Samaria block on. These other couple of rooms aren't necessarily too bad, but that first one is pulling at my collar and making that noise bad.
Yeah. There's a way you can line that one up pretty easy, and that is that using the slope, you look downwards all the time, and walk down the slope on the left side. That puts you about on the x-coordinate where the pot is. So you only need to move a bit to the right, and then start secking downwards to where the pot is. But then there comes the time where the laser decides to knock you away from when you picked up the pot.
And we get to the boss of Misery Mire, which is Vitreous, who was probably designed pretty late in the Zelda design docs. And they're just like, oh, what should we put for this boss? I don't know, just throw a bunch of eyeballs and some goop.
Could be. Yeah, He's Just a Boy's gonna have to be careful. He's very, very low right now.
That's somehow the accent Miyamoto has when he speaks English. It's really odd.
Apparently.
He sounds like a drunk Tennessean.
Oh, I quite like actually what we're gonna see Just a Boy here. So he's gonna attempt fake powder here. Is what he might.
This is a play. Oh.
Ooh. Okay,
oh my
he
gosh.
has one half of health left.
Well, he's got silvers. I would maybe go ahead and just hop it.
He missed. Yeah, he's just gonna enter. He doesn't want to gamble on this.
I mean, this is not too bad with silvers.
Although the lightning though can be so irritating at times. But if in those ones off, I was off pretty quickly, so I don't have to worry about it. But we are gonna see Way to Worse being the first one between him and Goomba being able to headbutt to Turtle Rock. So, Turtle Rock against Go Mode Swamp and Go Mode Eastern. Which ones are the fast ones?
Oh man, I mean, they both got to climb. I think Whitey will pull it out here. Now, He's Just a Boy does have the Tempered Sword, which can be a time saver.
Yeah. And about 2 seconds difference right now between Way to Words and Goomba. And what we've been talking here, Great White Hope have found the red mail.
And Goomba has made up time on Whitey Wars. Whitey Wars has not made this open yet. So Goomba is saving some time.
Oh, Goomba might want to take out some more items before heading in there. What is he thinking? There we go. Now he's entering Turtle Rock. That can have been a really nice head start over Way to Words. We see Goomba about a room ahead of Way to Words at this point.
Man, this has just turned into just a excuse my language, just a heck of a race here.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we have the key start as well here in Turtle Rock. I did not see that earlier when He's Just a Boy was here.
I mean, this is a great Turtle Rock to go mode too. I mean, your first 3 chests were 2 keys and the big key, and that's all you need.
Yeah. And we basically saw earlier He's Just a Boy could just skip Laser Bridge.
He's Just a Boy did skip Laser Bridge.
However, he did get a small key in the big chest.
Yeah, he also got half magic in TR, and I do not know if we're going to be seeing that from these racers today.
Oh, that chain jump. Knocking Way to Words downwards. And the game over from Goomba. Way to Words is in the lead again.
Now, that is about a 20-second loss for Goomba. But, I mean, when you're in go mode, you're on your last dungeon, it feels like 20 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely.
Those chain chomps on loan from the Mario universe, they do not play around.
Absolutely not.
So the first half of He's Just a Boy's trek to GT is done. Now, if he is able to finish Eastern, like, man, oh, this is great. This is fantastic.
Yeah, we have a race going on here. And we see about, again, 1 room difference between Weighty Words and Goomba.
I mean, so the thing with Eastern Palace is you can't necessarily go mode it. It's just going to be as fast as it normally is.
Yeah, but He's Just a Boy has already been here. He can just run to almost directly.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to skip 2 rooms, but he's still got to do the Forced Alphos room, which can be 2 if you know the placements. Yeah, man. This is just great.
We see Weighty Words in the Dark Maze. And he's through as Goomba enters the Dark Maze. And they have a small key, so Weighty Words does not have to do laser bridge. The same goes for Goomba. And both of them did find half magic as well. And looking back at Hope again, right now, he really needs to find that fire rod. There it is.
And we are at Trinex on Weighty's side here.
Yeah, Goomba is about to enter that one as well. And we see hammer strats as well being deployed on the fire head. Just to make sure so that the ice head can't really put out anything here either. And we see that He's Just a Boy is about to head into almost as well. So guys, I'm gonna say this now. But as soon as Weighty Words has defeated the Trinex, we're gonna start the game. 1 to 22. Where in GT can we find the big key?
There are 22 possible locations. I'm going to start this here. And everybody get your guess in. I'm going to say I don't really know the numbers as well as I should, but I'm going to say Fire Snake Room.
Alright. I'm gonna say number 14. There you have it. Weighty Words is the first one to get all crystals down. He's Just a Boy also have it, and Goomba is gonna pick it up right now.
When people talk about the greatest moments in competition in sports history, there's February 22nd, 1980, the Miracle on Ice. There's January 28th, 1974, Muhammad Ali versus Joe Frazier. But for my money, it's Weighty Words versus Goomba versus He's Just a Boy versus Great White Hope. April 21st, 2019.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, technically it's 22nd for me because you have past midnight.
And Weighty Words is going to give us our first 2 chests here.
Yep, he's gonna start on the first 2 on the right side. I'm gonna see if he does standard or he's continue on the right side. In the first chest, we find a small key. In the second, we find a piece of heart. So he is doing standard, the standard route. What we see right now. The third is 10 arrows. And we are going after the way Weighty Words opens them. Even if Goomba will find the big key first, we are waiting to see when the Weighty Words gets there. And Goomba is doing left side first, so he might either do full left side or he might do what we call Dark Magician. Which is basically you do this room that we see way towards do, and then mirror over and go full right. But yeah, nothing in those ones either. And one more in here.
This will be chest number 7, and it is a single arrow.
Ooh, that we call that one the single arrow of destiny. We can now kill Ganon. That's how it works, right?
I think Goomba's made up a little bit of time here in GT already. Chest number 8, the mirror shield.
Yeah, it looks like he's gonna do full left, so he's gonna be briefing down basically way towards hair here.
And here is chest number 9 coming up here soon in the fire snake room. Now we know there is a pair of boots somewhere in this tower. And chest number 9 is bombs.
We also see he's just a boy who also sitting over here, but he's doing Dark Magician. He's gonna head over right side now. He might take a lead here if the big is any or if it is in compass room, so that's it. Yeah, here we have random room. We only really see this one in the randomizer. 10 is the shovel, 11 is triple bombs, 12 is piece of heart, and 13 is a piece of heart.
And we got our barn burner here between 3 of our runners. They are all looking for that GT big key. And he's just a boy who's checking the right side, while Weighted Words and Goomba are working their way through the left side. About probably maybe 20 seconds between the two of them. And the right side 4 chest has rupees, heart container, map.
Okay. So we see the bomb jump here from way towards to skip having to do that maze. So it's up. Time for number 14. And he's just a ball is doing full right as well. Number 14 is a compass.
And Ice Armos. Pretty easy with the silver arrows.
Yep, so 15
Rupees.
50 rupees. 16 is triple bombs and 17
Oh!
is that's so it's tile room today, guys! We have a tile room! And he's just a boy has been over and second those other 4 sets, so we know it is in tile room. And right now Goomba is in the lead because he mirrored out while Weighted Words wait a little bit longer.
I bet Wayne's happy about this.
Yeah, absolutely. So does Weighted Words do the big brain play? No, he doesn't. Okay, so it's gonna be 22 who is the winner today.
Which was guessed by nobody.
Did no one guess tile room? Yeah, that is surprising. We normally see loads of people guessing that one. I'm disappointed in you, chat. And almost sync up from Weighted Words and Goomba. And he's just a boy. He's gonna head over to left side now. Man, we have a big race here between Goomba and Weighted Words at this point.
Alright, let's see if we can get through this tile room faster.
They sync up as well. However, Weighted Words needed to to equip some items, so Goomba is right now ahead of him.
I was making a joke, but Goomba is actually in the lead now.
Yeah, he is. He's a few tiles ahead of Way Towards. And we know that Goomba has very good execution when it comes to the gauntlets as well.
And there it is, chest number 22.
Yeah. Where's Goomba going? Okay then, the sync up once again.
Oh man,
This is amazing.
my heart is just palpitating here. And Goomba takes a very, very slight lead.
Yeah, having a beautiful execution here in these mimic rooms. And now we're gonna see he's just a boy heading to tile room. However, remember, he's just a boy is not out of the run yet. He has a better sword, and the difference between Master Sword and the Tempered is huge.
Yeah, that is going to be what it is 8 to 12 Ganon strikes for the difference between Tempered and Mastered.
It actually is 24-12.
Oof.
And there's also one other difference. When it is the Master Swords, those had to be spins.
They do have to be spins.
Yeah, we see he's just a boy now, just now starting the climb as well.
Man, this is a race and a half.
Yeah, absolutely. Wait, I'm gonna take away this. I'm gonna stand up for this.
I'm gonna go apologize to my wife for yelling at Zelda.
Absolutely. Yeah, Goomba one room ahead of Way Towards right now, and he missed one of the wizards. Half a room ahead now for Goomba. And
Goomba.
the bull is giving him quite a...
Burn strats.
I like it. Normally we see boots here, but they don't have them. So just using Can Burn that saves you a bit of...
Alright guys, please don't despawn GT. And Goomba's safe.
Way the world is safe. And you need to kill an enemy here to get the remaining key. No, wait, words, don't want to open that now. What are you doing? No!
Weighty Word's making the boots play.
No, he's making Tempered play.
Oh, and Goomba, be careful there with that mold worm.
Did not even get the spin there for some reason. And a much cleaner fight from Way Towards on Molom 2. There is the boots! The last zest in GT! That's evil! It will make this room easier though. 2 seconds between them.
Oh, and a double from Goomba and a double from Weighty Words.
A single there, and that looked like a double for Weighty, so
Yeah.
Weighty might be 1 ahead.
The
And
double
another
from
double.
Goomba.
And there's the other double for Weighty Words as well. He's in the lead now.
They are both at full half magic. They are both at a significant amount of hearts. Weighty Words has full hearts. Goomba just has 1 heart missing. Great White giving us our first look at Ice Palace, but we are on to the fight with the Big Pig, the Boss Hog, the top cop himself, Ganon.
Yeah. Five seconds difference between them. A nice double hit there from Weighty Words. And a double hit from Goomba as well.
They both have blue mail, but Ganon still hurts like a truck.
And Goomba is already in the fire. He got that 1 cycle earlier than Weighty Words.
He's just a boy skipping the boots. And and Goomba does have a red potion and uses it at just the right moment.
And we have third phase for Weighty Words. There's not quite third phase yet for Goomba. He's a few off. And third phase from Goomba now as well. And we have 4 phase now for Weighty Words. He needs to get 4 silver arrow hits to defeat him.
Oh, he misses the torch glitch.
But that's fine though. Don't need it particularly when you have the silvers. It's more useful than when it's silverless. And there is the 4th hit. No, that was 3rd, sorry. I'm getting ahead of myself.
And that is 4 from Weighty Words.
Just as he's just a boy is gonna enter the Ganon fight. Get your GGs instead, ladies and gentlemen.
And Goomba finishing up just afterward.
Weighty Words being the winner of the restream finishes off with an official time of 1:38.06 and gives him the 4th place in this race. And Goomba is gonna come in at 5th place at 1:38.22. This was an amazing finish.
16 seconds in between them. I do want to say congratulations to Bonta finishing first with 1:28.44. Handsome Glowing finishing second with 1:33.59. And Wayne finishing 1:35.39. How about that time, everybody?
Yeah, absolutely. And we are gonna be joined here by Goomba. GG.
GG. I am very confused and yet pleasantly surprised with this result. I don't really understand how I placed so high with how hard I botched that seed.
Basically, we have not seen the lamp yet. That is why.
It's probably an Ice Palace.
You're right. We are right now seeing Great White Hope going through that. And He's Just a Boy has now also finished with a time of 1:39.22. Us in 7th position in the race. GG to him as well.
We're going to pull Weighty Words up here in just a second as well.
What do you think about the seed, Goomba?
I don't know, it was really straightforward. I just screwed it up really badly. And I'm not sure what happened to everyone else.
Well, we are now joined by Weighty Words. GG to Weighty.
Hey, GG's Goomba. That was
GG.
one stupid seed.
I don't really understand why I placed so high. Like, I dipped Swamp without the hookshot, I double dipped Misery Mire, I double dipped Eastern Palace, I did Thieves Town, like, I climbed Death Mountain like 4 times, I don't get it.
I did some of those things, but yeah, it's I don't I didn't I don't I also figured that I wouldn't place too high because like everything I needed was like in the wrong order. So it was really unfortunate that I was waiting to go up Death Mountain because I got that hint that Tower of Hera needed fire to finish it. So I was hoping to get a fire source to get
Yeah,
up.
same.
And I was like, oh wait, the bow. If you went up here earlier, you could have gotten the bow and not had to double dip Eastern or anything like that. So
Oh, sorry to interrupt. We were just joined by He's Just a Boy, who, if this was a Get to Dark World seed, would have been first by a significant margin. GG's to He's Just a Boy.
Thank you. Yeah, I
GG.
definitely made the right play into back of Escape.
Yeah, I kind of
was the
blanked on Back of Escape and walked over to Agina first, and then I got my book in Back of Escape like 5 seconds later, and I was like, oh jeez. And then I last location Hammer because I was not walking over there again.
yeah, I was trying to avoid desert. I didn't want to get baited by the book without a fire source or boots.
Yeah, same.
Did anyone find the lamp?
We have not
No.
seen that
Nope.
one yet.
Nope.
I figure it's got to be an ice palace.
Yeah, I never touched Pod either, but I expect some other one is
Yeah, I'll probably
yeah.
like pod or ice would be my
cle-
guess.
I cleared out Pod except for Helmosaurus, so it's not there.
It's great.
Probably like Ice Palace or Catfish or something. I don't
Wasn't
know.
Catfish. Great White did just get the 4th sword upgrade in Ice Palace.
And the
Me.
3rd was in the first chest of Pod.
Yes, that's
Ooh.
where I got my 3rd sword.
Would have been nice.
But yeah, guys, let me throw you some seconds here for you. So, both you, Goomba, and Weighty Words were pretty much synced going in to the climb up the GT of to find the big key. Then, Goomba, you were about 2 seconds ahead of Weighty Words going into Aga 2. However, because you got that single, Weighty Words got three doubles in a row, meaning that he was 5 seconds ahead of you into the Ganon fight.
Yeah, and my Ganon fight was not pretty.
that must have been exciting to watch though.
Yeah, I can imagine. Man, I was really close to when I walked into Ganon's tower after all the time I'd wasted and nobody was done yet. I was really close to just pulling the trigger on Tile Room right away. I was really close.
Me too, actually. I was like, man, I should just do it. Just like I feel like the seed's been so trolly. It's gonna be somewhere dumb, and yeah, go figure.
And yeah, was one other thing surprising that also happened. No one in the chat actually guessed 22 or Tyro.
What is this? Is this the speed gaming chat I know? What have you done to SG chat?
Everyone must be on vacation.
Rip.
Yeah, but what? Let's see, Just a Boy, what is your thought about the seed?
Well, it's funny. I played a seed right before this, and it was the same idea. Can't find the lamp anywhere. So it was nice. I was a little bit warmed up for my dark rooms. I was really hoping when I hit go mode on Death Mountain that I wasn't gonna have to kill Aghanim and maybe do those dark rooms too without the lamp. But yeah, Meyer saved me there. But other than that, I think it was a pretty good seed. I really held off on doing Death Mountain probably as long as I could have until I just had to do it.
Yeah. And we have not seen the lamp yet. I'm looking at, and Great White Hope is just about to go into Cold Stare.
Oh, I need full cleared ice too.
Yeah.
If it's on cold stare, oh boy.
Has people done like the Dwarven Smith stuff? It could have
Yeah,
been
that was
red.
red mail from the Smiths.
Graveyard Ledge. Anyone check that?
Yeah,
Yep.
that have been checked.
Anyone check Green Pendant? I didn't turn in Green Pendant.
I
Yeah,
did.
we've seen
It was
that.
nothing.
Yeah, I turned that too.
Arrows.
Dig spot. I can't remember where the shovel was.
Shovel was rando
Hickey.
room.
Right, then that wouldn't be it.
I didn't check.
So,
Cave?
Hope have
No, it
finished
can't be
off
Spike Cave.
Cold
because the flute
Stare.
was up there.
Moment of truth. The
And there
clamp
it is! There it
is
is!
on Cold Stare.
Yeah, I
Wow.
think by process of elimination, it had to be on Cold Stare at this point.
yeah, basically.
That's awful. That is awful. That's your Death Mountain access right there.
Not just Cold Stare, Blue Pendant Cold Stare.
Yeah.
Well,
I'm
that's
assuming boots didn't come up anywhere either for anybody.
they were in validation chest.
Oh, that's actually
Got
really
some nice booties at the very end of the seed to do absolutely nothing with.
Yeah, take that, hoverers.
I couldn't even do dash strats for Ganon because I only had a Master Sword. It's bad now.
I accidentally disconnected my sound during that.
Whoops.
I think this is going to be an interesting one to rewatch after this.
Yeah, absolutely.
This was a very, very fun seed to watch because from about the time that Wadey went to Death Mountain, we had no idea who was in the lead.
And yeah, even Titans were at a really trolly location.
Yeah, I'm really glad that the Pyramid Fairy crystals were what they were, because I wouldn't have gone over there if I didn't have the big bomb to do.
We are probably not gonna, unfortunately, see Great White Hope finish off because of the 30-minute that we usually do when we have this. But
Yeah,
then,
they're
yeah,
definitely giving it their all. I mean, these races are open to everybody, and if you are a new runner, if you are learning the game, like, still hop in. One of the best ways that you can practice is to hop in, run that seed, and then watch your seed right next to a player who finishes high up, and that way you can learn more execution, what you did right, what you did wrong, and just keep practicing.
yeah, I'm thinking back to one specific runner when that comes. When you're saying that, and that is Pinky to Rose. Pinky to Rose, her first randomizer took 16 hours because I don't think she had played really a Link to the Past before that. Maybe she had done it casually, but yeah, not otherwise. And look at where she is now.
I'm just really glad the cane was where it was. If it wasn't, I was totally going into Ice Palace next.
Yeah, that Death Mountain was pretty stacked. I was not expecting it. I expected a completely dead Death Mountain, and I was pleasantly surprised.
Unfortunately, I did not have the Titan's Mitts the first time I went up there. Because I got those while I was checking Pyramid Fairy after doing Swamp Palace.
Yep,
I
same
had to
here.
go back up so I had to go back up for the cane. And then I decided to just go for a nice meme vanilla cane in Mire first.
So I got a question for He's Just a Boy, actually. Why skip out on the Mothville fight?
Well, I knew I had both items, and I felt like I could beat it. I just didn't want to take any risks. I knew that I would be back to turn in the flute at some time, so I decided I would just do it then.
Okay.
I definitely feel comfortable. I think I had 6 hearts, Master Sword, and a hammer. With the hammer alone, I feel pretty comfortable in there. But yeah, it was knew had both items, and I was just like, let's just keep moving. Let's find some progression.
And I kind of actually understand that, because even if you're feeling comfortable with the exhaustion and that rest of the room can be very unpredictable at times.
Yeah. I also had low magic too, and I didn't want to have to deal with trying to farm any magic and whatnot, so it just kind of made sense.
Yeah, absolutely. And right now, looking at Great White Hope, he is in go mode now as well.
If he's got 4 crystals left to go, he is hopping into Mire. Basically, this goes out to all 3 of you guys. How did you feel when you saw that boots are in GT hint? Particularly with what was on that lumberjack ledge.
I was pretty disappointed, not because of the boots itself, but because I thought I might have an advantage from the lumberjack knowledge, but nope.
I never saw the hint. Where was it?
Spectacle Rock.
Yeah, I did not enjoy that hint, but I mean it hurt my hand because you're gonna be pumping everywhere.
Yeah, rip fingers.
For those of you who did not check the lumberjack ledge, that was ether on the lumberjack ledge.
Ooh, I I would have been a little worried then.
I was very worried about that for a while. I was like,
At least the boots hint gave me peace of mind when I had Bombos and Quake that I had all the medallions I needed.
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
I usually skip that hint tile, I'd say like 95% of the time. Unless I gotta go pick up an item in there, I just skip that one.
I skip it if I've already found the boots hint, but since I hadn't, I checked it.
Yeah, we were talking there's like 3 classes of items that you can find on that lumberjack ledge. The one that you definitely want to find there are like rupees, arrows, whatever, to know that like, hey, I don't have to do Aga. The ones that right underneath that are the ones that are like hook shot, bow, something that you have to do it, so you're prepared for it. The last thing you want to see is shovel, hammer, or not hammer, shovel, medallion, mushroom, where, oh god, am I actually going to need to do this?
I mean, medallions are fine, like you just check, and that's it. But if it's a true fetch quest, like the shovel or the book or whatnot, ugh. But honestly, like, I kind of prefer when Lumberjack has progression, because, well, it's just with the way I route the early game, I almost always check it early, so it just gives me an inherent advantage over most runners if it is required.
Yeah, so few people check that early anymore.
Yeah.
I can't believe how close 3 of us were for the restream. Like,
Yeah, I saw you guys finish like literally right after I did, and I was like, holy crap, must have been like an interesting ways to watch.
Yeah, absolutely. And we were actually a bit interested because you checked the first 2 and then did the left side, so you did standard. Goomba did full left, and then we have He's Just a Boy who basically did the Dark Magician. So it was interesting to see actually where that big key would show up because of different routes in DT.
And then we all converged in Tile Room.
Yeah.
I was really close to just pulling the trigger. I was really, really close. I felt super far behind, and nobody was done yet. Oh yeah, and there was the whole me forgetting I hadn't done Turtle Rock yet and walking halfway to Ganon's tower before realizing and turning around. That was pretty good.
I think Turtle Rock was my first crystal I cleared.
What?
Yeah.
Wow.
No, it was Tower of Hera and then Turtle Rock were my first crystals I cleared. I was able to go mode everything.
I guess I could see that. Yeah, Kane was my go mode, so obviously I did not do Turtle Rock as my first crystal.
Yeah, Just a Boy ended up getting those mitts much earlier and was able to just hop into TR and just go mode it.
Yeah, ultimately though, getting those mids too early could cause problems, because the only thing behind them was the cane. So if you waste too much time on other mid stuff, then yeah.
Actually, when I got my mitts, I basically just went straight up to Death Mountain. It was at that point where I was like, I did the mitts and I went to Catfish and Zora, and then I was like, okay, that's it. I gotta go. We're going up
Yeah.
the mountain.
I had already checked Zora area, because I last location my Dark World access. So I at that point I was just missing Kane, so I just went to Mire and hoped for a vanilla Kane. And then I went up the mountain again.
I think I'm going to step out of here, but thank you guys for the restream and commentators. I can't wait to watch this one back.
And thank you for an amazing showing. It was very fun watching you playing.
Thank you. You guys have a good night and happy Easter.
Yep.
You too, sir.
I will also step out.
Yeah, good GG to you, way towards.
Yep. See you guys.
Yeah. I'm gonna
we-
hop out as well. So
Yeah, absolutely. GG to you as well. And amazing showing today.
GG's everyone.
Great
Thanks
race,
for
Gooms.
featuring me. And I hope to see you around sometime, so see you then.
Absolutely. So looking at the race chat right now, we see that a total of somehow my window doesn't want to come up.
We're at
Here we
26.
go. Yeah, 26 have finished so far, as we right now see that Great White Hope has just finished off Meyer. Okay, let's talk a little bit about how the seed have been. What have you thought? What are your thoughts about the seed?
I mean, that early desert play, I mean, he's just a boy, was so far ahead early on, and it was all due to just checking out desert as early as possible. Finding that book early kind of points you that way, but it could also just be sort of red herring type of thing.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of seeds where that happens.
Because I mean, you still have at that point, like, let's say you go and get that book early, right after Kakariko or what have you. You still have 5 items or 3 items in Saucer's closet. You still have possibly 3 in Eastern, and then you only have 2 that may or may not be reachable in Desert, and the Desert Ledge and Agina.
Yeah, absolutely.
I mean, you know you're going to get at least 1 out of Eastern, possibly 2 if you do the Eastern Dark Room, but you may not get all 3.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, we see a really nice PB being done in the race at. Congratulations to Kurup for doing an 11 minutes and 26 seconds PB.
Hey, congratulations. It's always a good feeling.
Yeah, that's a very beautiful PB. Just sub 2 hours as well. Gonna feel good. Yeah, looking actually what Great White Hope has left, I actually quite like where he is right now. I hope he's heading over to Turtle Rock first, and save Hera for last. Because of just mirror outside of Hera. outside of GT and do Hera and just go through the mirror and get there.
Yeah, and just for like, just kind of efficiency purposes too, the Lionels are just tough enemies, and you might go into GT with less hearts than Max. If you do Tower of Hera first or second, you can, which looks like what he's going to be doing. Nope, never mind. You can go right back to the Dark World and have full health and full mana.
Yep.
I actually think that Fire Rod has probably tripped up a lot of people.
Yeah, probably. That is French vanilla fire rod, which is just when it has something is called vanilla. In this, it's just not what you want, to be honest. And I tend to like get one of them every seeds lately. I have like nearly flipped it twice in a row. It was like one seed between.
Well, the issue with that is that, like, 9 times out of 10 in this game, the dungeon that you're in requires the item that you are getting out of it. And obviously you don't want to go to those dungeons if you don't have the items to complete them. So when Hookshot is in Swamp, when Bow is in Pod, or Eastern, when Hammer is in Pod, it just feels gross.
Yeah. You want to know something gross? I have had Vanilla Titans 3 times.
That is not great. But
yeah.
it looks like we may be finishing up here, possibly?
Yeah. We are running out of time. Unfortunately, that we will not see Great White Hope finish off. He put up a really good show.
I do want everybody to get in their GGs to Great White Hope, who is sticking through it and seeing. When you see so many racers finishing well before you, it can be a little bit demoralizing, but he is sticking through and doing great. And big congratulations to Great White Hope there.
Yeah, absolutely. Go to his set and type some well played. I want to see that.
Oh, looks like we are actually still going.
Yeah,
we
usually go about half an hour after the first finisher, so there's still a bit of time left.
Yeah, we just had a bit of a technical hiccup there. I know that I stalled out on both streams.
But yeah, let's look. While we see Great White fighting off against Molom and going into Turtle Rock, let's look at the schedule of what is coming up later. So, about to start now at 2 a.m. For me it's 2 a.m. For you guys, it is 8 a.m. I think it is. No, 8 p.m. AM is it for me right now. So at 8 p.m. there is the Super Metroid Randomizer League semi-finals between Sloffer and J-Ro. Those are 2 amazing runners in that game. So that is a very fun one. Going over right now at Speed Gaming 3, we see the Zelda 1 randomizer between the Ouroboros No Sword, the category between Alos and Tearwolf. Oh, and over at the Speed Gaming 2 is a Final Fantasy 1 randomizer spring tournament between Will Sosis and Tristal MTG, which is gonna be a good one as well. So that is a little bit about what's happening later today.
Yeah, if you like the idea of this randomizer and you've never really watched these before, there are a lot of more games out there that are having randomizers added to them. We're seeing Super Metroid. We're seeing a Link to the Past Super Metroid combo. There's Final Fantasy 1. There's Final Fantasy 4 Free Enterprise. We're even seeing Super Mario World or Super Mario RPG randomizer, Mario 3 randomizers. There's a lot of them out there. Go check them out.
I'm gonna open up Emo Tracker because that one has a lot of games listed. So we see Ocarina of Time randomizer.
Oh, Zooter, yeah.
We see Zelda DX, Majora's Mask, Aces and Season, Wind Waker, Zelda 2, Metroid Prime, Zero Missions, Super Metroid, Resident Evil, Castlevania, and also added not too long ago, Hollow Knight, which is also very cool randomizer.
I can't wait for Spelunky randomizer.
Right now, I'm waiting to see if it's gonna be a Hat in Time randomizer. I think that is also a game that could look pretty. Don't know how it will work though, but that's just one thing I want to see. Oh my god, Digimon World Rando! Oh, that is a throwback. Yeah, actually, talking about randomizers, I actually tested out a version today, which I have not seen yet, and that was Super Mario 64 randomizer. Have you seen that one, Warthog Cat?
Not yet.
Basically, the star locations in different worlds are randomized, but they are not appearing in other worlds. All the enemies are randomized inside of the worlds. The spawn location when you enter the world is randomized. Every time you enter, it is also entrance. That's also in that. So it's just so fun. Right now it is in version 0.4, so hopefully it will come more about it soon. Yeah, we see Great White Hope is now in Turtle Rock as we are about to finish off for here. Thanks so much to Rallen Tankir and the DMN for doing the tracking for us. They have put up an amazing show that helped us out a lot, basically, is what I'm saying. Thanks so much to White Words, Goomba, He's Just a Boy, and Great White Hope for putting up an amazing show for us. My name is Angels. That guy over there was Virtual Cat, and we are signing out.
Y'all have a great night now. You hear?